a rounded headlight, fairings, lower clip-ons and higher foot pegs, not to mention the most powerful speed triple ever, was the unspoken promise that we all hoped Triumph would deliver on with its new Street Triple RR. And of course, Triumph being Triumph, well, it looks like they've delivered in spades. Now don't get me wrong, as this new bike will be to everybody's taste, as I'm sure some of you will prefer the more sit-up riding position of the RS version, not to mention it's going to cost you a bit less. However, at just under 18,000 for the new RR, you get a fully fledged track-ripping monster that should more than delight all the thrill-seekers amongst us, while still offering a bike you can comfortably ride on the road. And although you find the same displacement 1600cc liquid-cooled inline 3-cylinder engine, instead of increasing the RR's power output, Triumph recognises that if you already have enough power and torque, then sometimes it's better to focus on improvements elsewhere. And let me tell you, that's exactly what they've done by introducing a whole new suspension system that's more responsive, super intuitive and a big improvement over the RS. But just before we get into that, let's take a quick look at how the RR's changed its appearance from the RS. So as we'd already seen from the teaser photos, we knew the RR was going to get an all new DLR compliant rounded LED front headlight, with the Triumph logo slapped firmly in the centre. And along with this new beautifully sculpted carbon instrument cowl that brings to mind the early cafe racer scene, as the bike has lost its handlebars and gained a pair of clip-ons that gives it a more downwards riding position, the bike's mirrors are now attached directly to the cowl. The RR also gets all new carbon body infill side panels, and a seat cowl to match its already carbon mudguards, all finished off in two great colour schemes being red hopper and crystal white. Now just getting back to the RR's power for a minute, to start with, its all new 1160cc engine can produce a maximum power output of just under 178 horsepower. And with a max torque of 125 Newton meters at 900 RPM, you're certainly going to feel the extra performance you get over the bike's previous engine. So to house the RR's powertrain, you're going to find the same aluminium twin spar frame with a bolt-on aluminium rear subframe as you find on the RS version. Now with its all new suspension that we're going to come to in a moment, the RR also gets an upgrade in its gripping power, as its Metzler Race Tech RRK3 tyres have been swapped out in favour of Pirelli Diablo Supercorsa SPV3s. So of course all this performance needs to come with a pretty hefty braking system, and that's why we see the bike's kept its Brembo monoblock calipers over twin 320mm floating discs to the front, with a radial master cylinder and separate reservoir, while the rear is taken care of by that same Brembo twin pot caliper over a single 220mm disc, with a rear master cylinder and again a separate reservoir that should provide more than enough stopping power for all the late breakers out there. So now let's get down to the real nitty gritty where all the magic happens, as the whole suspension's been upgraded from its Ohlins TTX36 twin tube monoshock and a 35mm Nix 30 upside down front forks in favour of the latest Ohlins Smart EC 2.0 electronically adjustable semi-active fork with rear monoshock, which, just in case anyone's wondering, is Ohlins' most advanced track-ready suspension to date, that's been specifically tuned to suit the RR's makeup, that offers the rider the best combination of balance and control. But in particular, one of the things we really like about the new setup is its usability, as its electronic suspension system is fully adjustable via its TFT display and can be set to automatically adjust both compression and rebound depending on the rider setting chosen and the style of the rider, which all adds up to a significant overall improvement in the bike's suspension over the RS version. And get this, you can actually do it while riding the bike, although we do think that does sound a little bit dangerous. Now the bike's fuel tank stays the same, with a 15.5 Ltr capacity that should be good for a little over 150 miles when ridden conservatively, although to be honest with you, I doubt whether many of you will get anywhere near that, as most of you probably won't be riding conservatively. So when it comes to the ride position of the RR, we've seen a slightly higher position of the rear foot pegs, and also with the bike swapping out its handlebars in favour of some lower clip-ons, the RR definitely has a different riding position to the RS, even though the ride height of the bike hasn't changed, at an identical seat height of 830mm. Now although not stated, although the engine remains the same and has the same power output as the RS, we can surmise that the RR will keep its 3 distinctly different throttle maps, and of course its 4 optimized optimised traction control maps that, let's face it, all help to bring the response you need no matter the conditions. And along with 5 different riding modes being rain, road, sport, track and rider configurable, that gives the rider the opportunity to change the riding experience that will adjust the bike's characteristics by altering its throttle response, ABS and traction control settings, whilst maintaining a safe but responsive ride if so required. The RR also continually monitors the lean angle of itself in order to optimise its cornering ABS and switchable optimised cornering traction control to ensure the optimum progress and control in all conditions. Whilst the new enhanced track mode is designed to make electronic and virtually imperceptible interventions during full-on track riding, leaving you to focus on the next apex. Now let's not forget that any bike's weight has an important part to play in its overall performance and handling, and weighing in at just under 200 kilograms at 199, the RR offers a good power to weight ratio at 0.89 horsepower per kilogram or 896 horsepower per tonne. So amongst other things, the handling of the RR is helped by its overall lower curb weight, that when combined with the bike's new ride ergonomics and more track-orientated ride position, the result's a bike that's tighter, more toned and mass centralised for a more agile, precise and dynamic ride. The RR keeps its 6-speed gearbox with wet, multi-plate slip and assist clutch, but it's further enhanced by its new Triumph Shift Assist up and down quick shifter, and an improved sensor for lighter, faster upshift. And with its smooth, precise clutchless downshift, you're definitely going to feel like shifting gears easier than slicing through warm butter. So as we all like to stay informed, the new RR is packed with technology for the ultimate connected ride, as its all-new state-of-the-art 5-inch TFT instrument screen that looks like it's been adopted from the RS helps keep you informed with its easy-to-read at-a-glance information panel. You can also easily keep your smartphone connected with the My Triumph connectivity system that's fitted as standard and can provide the rider with Google turn-by-turn navigation, music, a GoPro control system and much more. The display has a strong focus on speed, gear and tacho information, but can be configured to suit the rider's specific preferences, as sometimes the information you need to ride on the road can differ from the information you want in your eyeline on the track. With the exhaust system from the RR being the same stainless steel 3-into-1 header system with an underslung primary silencer and a side-mounted secondary brushed stainless steel silencer with a black end cap, you're pretty much guaranteed the same sweet tones as you get with the pitch perfect RS. The new RR takes all the muscular attitude and signature speed triple style of the new generation RS and raises it to a whole new level with a host of beautiful features and touches, as its modern, nose-down, muscular broad-shouldered poise and attitude is held in check by its retro-crafted cockpit fairing and single headlight, and of course let's not forget the attention to detail that Triumph's famed for. And for those of you that like to accessorise, Triumph has a host of additional accessories for the RR, including a range of water-resistant luggage with quick-release mountings, frame and fork bobbins and a tyre pressure monitoring system, just to name a few. If any of you out there want to know about the latest electric motorcycles for 2022, one of these videos up here might be good for you. Thanks for watching this one, and if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you want. My name's Bobby Max. I'm out of here.